Okay. 3-5, Theodore, read this question, please.
A rectangular solid above has dimensions 3, A, and B, where A and B are integers. Which of the following cannot be the areas of 3 different faces of the solid?
Thank you. This is classical example in many tests. Let me make a picture. You also make picture. Don't rely on this big small stuff what we have. 3-5. And you have this reason. And dimension of this prism is A, B, A, B, and 3. Okay, which it cannot be, and they provide different numbers. Let me create a table. For instance, area. Area, front, back. This is front, this is back. And this equals to, since all this altitude, all this height is 3, it would be 3 times A, the same area, front and back, right? They equal to each other. Each of these, each 3A. Okay. This face. Now, if I look at this picture, left and right, this left and this right. Area of left and right each, it would be 3B each. Area top and bottom. Area top and bottom. Equals AB each. So possible. Now, I look to multiple choices. And write me this out, multiple choices. This is A. This is B. Multiple choice B. Multiple choice C. And multiple choice D. And incorporate this data. So this is 15, 18, 30. B, 18, 24. Look at your multiple choice. 24. And what else? I believe 48, right? C, we have 12, 15, 24. 12, 15, 24. I'll show a couple of this. And D is 15, 24, and 40. So possible. Okay, I saw a couple of this. Let's say this and this. You can do the same thing. Let's say if this is 3A equals to 15, A equals to 5. If 3B equals to 18, B equals to 6. If this is 5, this is 6. 5 times 6. All right, over there. 5 times 6 equals to 30. Everything is fit, but the C equation is negation. Cannot be. So this is not the answer. Let's say solve for C. If CA equals to 12, then A equals to 4. If CB equals to 15, then B equals to 5. In this case, A times B equals to 4 times 5, which is 20. Not equals to 24, not equal. So this is the answer. Better to share. Many questions like this is starting from Mark Twain, but this is not difficult. Any questions? Theodore, how you understand this?
100%.
Excellent. Okay. The next question. What is the next question you ask? Let me see. The next question. Matthew, please. 3-7.
Line L intersects the graph of the
Closer
function.
to, sorry, closer to microphone.
Okay.
Yes.
Line L intersects the graph of the function f of x equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 1 at 2 points where x equals minus 1 and x equals 2 respectively. What is the slope of line L?
Okay, thank you. So many questions in SAT based on the same idea. So the given function is 7. One function is f of x equals to 2x squared minus 4x and plus 1. And the second, make some room here, like this. And the second function, not the second, the only one function. And they have 2 points. X equals to -1 and x equals to 2. But we don't have y. All right? Plug in this. What is f of -1? 2 times -1 to the second minus 4 times -1 plus 1. 1 times 2, 2 plus 4. 6 plus 1, 7. So y equals to 7. X equals to 2. F of 2 equals, why I'm doing this, mate? Because you know this formula, m equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. I need to get all these guys to easy and get. F of 2 plug in. 2 times 2 to the second minus 4 times 2 and plus 1. 4 times 2, you have 8. Minus 8 plus 1 is 1. And y equals to 1. So actually we have 2 points. Okay. -1, 7. And this x1, y1. And the second is x2, y2 is 2 and 1. Plug in everything to this. If you need help, I can do this. And you get this slope of this line. When you have to get slope from here, it's a substitution. Okay, how in the same Matthew? 100%?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Again, I skip. If something is just substitution, just You do by yourself. In this case, you can tell more. Why? Because I want to help you with previous test as well. We need time. Next is, let me find this question. What is it? 3-9. Adeline, please.
Okay. If the function mx satisfies the equation m of x over x plus 3 minus x plus 1 over x minus 1 is equal to 1 for all values of x greater than 1, then m of x is equal to.
Thank you. So 3-9. What we have? M of x divided by x plus 3 minus, I believe this is minus, x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. And this equals to 1. And find m of x. Well, isolate variables. Plus x plus 1 by x minus 1 and plus x plus 1 by x minus 1. What you'll get? You get m of x over x plus 3 equals to this. You can cancel out. And instead of 1, I write 1 over 1. Because we have to find LCD for this. Plus x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. So far so good? No. LCD is x minus 1. It will be x minus 1 plus x and plus 1. And cancel out this once. Okay. And divide by x minus 1, which is 2x over x minus 1. Left and right what you get, right and left, right? So m of x by x plus 3 equals 2x divided by x minus 1. Cross multiplication. M of x times x minus 1 equals 2x times x plus 3. Which format they ask you to find? Which format? Okay. Well, divide by x minus 1. Look at this and then multiple choose. Can you get m of x? Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
So for that you said that the correct answer was let me check. You said that it was D, but I got A, and that's A.
Just a second, let me check. I already paused. 3, 9. So correct answer is D. D as in Daniel.
Yeah, never mind. I see it.
Okay. D as in Daniel. Next, students, 15. 315. Let me find 315. What is 315 here? This is nothing to read, it's not text question. $3.15. What we have here? Check again. Sometimes not newest copy here. Sometimes I make mistake here for small, but I believe this 6 to power negative 2 times m to power negative 2 equals to 1 over 16. And they ask you to find m.
Dr. Farber,
Yes.
I think this is the wrong question. You might be on section 4.
Oh, this is section 4, right? Let me see, somebody asked me this or not? Well, let's zero this. Yeah, somebody asked. Anyway. In section 4, I erase and write it again. So we have 315. Yes, here it is. $3.15. Theodore, please.
Function g of x equals ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d has zeros at x equals -2, x equals 3, and x equals 6. If g of 0 is less than 0, which of the following must also be negative?
Thank you. So let me write it what is given here. Again, fine print. If I make mistake, let me know. G of x equals to ax cubed plus bx to the second plus cx plus d. What else do we know? We know that x equals to -2, x equals to 3, x equals to 6, and g of 0 less than 0. Well, let me make a sketch of this. We have -2, we have 3, we have 6, and somehow between them we have 0. This is 0, 0. And g of 0 is negative. In this case, this function in this interval is negative. Remember, like we use interval method, right? Interval method. Usually, when in interval method, we start from rightmost interval. But it's just convention. You can start from any of them. Apply zebra rule. What is it? And this interval, 0 is between -2 and 3, between two roots. It goes like this. According to zebra rule, if this is black, next is white. If this is white, this is black. Just make this, sketch this graph like interval method. Now they ask you in which interval could be negative. which of the following must also be negative? Look at this. If you have -3, this is g of x. -3 is positive, not good. -1 is negative. So correct answer is what? D. G of -1. Just make sketch. Okay. Can also be G of 7. G of 7. G of 7 also not is negative. You see this? Negative. What is not good for G of 7, students? Who will tell me?
It's not a multiple choice.
Yes. Actually, they ask you to knowledge about interval method, which we studied for STIFREP. Any questions? No questions. 20. What we have in 20? Let me find this. 320. Okay, 20. Okay, cosmic 320. 320, head of please.
X represents a radian measure of an angle where x is greater than 0, less than pi over 2, and sine of x equals 5/13. Then what is the value of tan pi over 2 minus x?
Thank you. Let me make a 320. Let's make a circle. And what is given? And 320 angle is 0 less or equals to x less or equals to pi over 2. You know for sure this in the first quadrant, less. And sine of x equals to 5/13. What is tangent pi over 2 minus 8? Any problem you can solve humor a different way. If you have tan pi over 2 minus x, a cofunction, it could be equals to cotangent of x. But what is cotangent? Cotangent is cosine divided by sine, etc. But you can do easily without all this stuff. Let's say we have angle, and this angle belongs to the first quadrant. Let's say over there. This is point, and this angle x. To know angle, we use rotation radius vector counterclockwise. If I make projection of this into this, and then with A, B, C, and they said sine of x is 5/13. So it means this is 5 and this is 13 because sine is ratio of opposite to hypotenuse. Since this 5/13, this is 12. Pythagorean triples. Or you can use Pythagorean theorem. Okay. If this is x, these two angles complementary. Angle B right here, angle B equals 90 minus x, right? Because all of them is right angle. Or it's the same like pi over 2 minus x. Any questions so far? I make it 2 lines, not to make the same. And how to find tangent of angle B? It's the same like tangent of pi over 2 minus x. What is tangent? Opposite to adjacent. If you look from this side, this your eye, is 12 to 5. So trig in SAT extremely easy. There's very shallow. Trig is beautiful. It's very helpful in math and calculus everywhere. But here you study like this one. And everything's straightforward. If you have a question, ask me. No questions. Good. Keep in mind, I ask you at the end of the class to send me some numbers. What you neatly wrote in your notebook, okay? Okay. The next questions is for 8. Matthew, please.
The figure above shows a polygon with 5 sides. What is the average arithmetic mean of the measures in degrees of the 5 angles shown?
Okay, thank you. Let me make a picture. For 8. We have these angles. Matthew, how do you name this shape? Who can tell me complete name of the shape using 2 words? 2 words. Anybody? Yes, Evelyn.
Is it a regular pentagon?
A plus. Irregular pentagon. Why pentagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentagon not necessarily like this. Could be any of this. I know of one way. Total of inner angles of any polygon, chapter 13, I gave you to review, is 180 times n minus 2, where n equals to 5. This is total. Let me make a little bit more room. Total angles. And average equals total divided by n. By n. N equals to 5. Just plug in, you get the answer. They ask you to find average. They ask you to find average. Any questions? Remember we did this kind of problem in 4th grade? Pretend you're in 4th grade, how to solve this problem, right? The second way. Choose any point. Any, let's say this is your point, A. And connect this point with opposite vertices. This is 1. This is 2. And you have triangles. You take different color. We have one triangle, second triangle, and the third triangle. And from fourth grade, you know the total inner angles of any triangle. Second one. 180 times 3, because we have 3 triangles. To find average, divide by 5, because we have 5 angles. Good idea to know all this. This is more powerful, definitely way, but this is also okay, kids way. Okay, it was 4A. Again, too fast, ask me. Now 415. 415. Okay, 415. What is it? 6 to power negative 2 times m, the two parentheses. Equals to 1 over 16. Use formula a to power negative m equals to 1 to power a to power m. And they ask you to find what? Find m to the second. Based on this formula, it would be, I do it slowly, 1 over 6 to power 2, now flip upside down, times 1 over m to power 2 equals to 1 over 16. Or 1 over 36 times m to power 2 equals to 1 over 16. Cross 36 m to the second equals 16. Divide by 36. And you can simplify. Which formula we provided the fraction? If you divide by 4, you get 4 over 9. Okay, it was 415. 417. Can I read this one? Yes, let me raise Stephen 417. I unmuted you, so probably you.
In the xy plane, line L passes through the point -1 and 3, and the vertex of the parabola with equation above. What is the slope of line L?
Okay, thank you. This is 417. They give equation y equals to -3 x minus h to the second power plus k. In addition, we have point -1, 3. Find the vertex and the vertex of parabola with equation. Well, just line up with equation of parabola in general form. It would be y equals to a times x minus h to the second plus k. I believe this is not h, this is 2. Here, 2. Right? Did I write correctly? -3 times x minus 2 to the second plus 2. I automatically write the equation of parabola. Yes, now it's fine. You have to write what is given. So this is vertex form, standard. So it means that if you see when I line up, and this is 2, not 4, look at this, it's plus 2. Be careful to write everything correct. So it means k equals to 2, and h equals to 2, right? So if you make a sketch, you don't need this somehow like this. And you have, first of all, it's downward, upside down, minus here and come. And x equals to 2. Let's say 1, 2. And y equals to, this is y, also equals to 2. And this is my parabola, and it goes somehow like this. And definitely this is vertex. So pretend it goes like here, we don't need this, but and vertex has coordinate 2 and 2. In addition, they ask you to have point -1, 3. This is 0, this is -1, and this is 3, let's say. A, -1, 3, and B, 2 and 2. Now, this x1, y1, and this x2, y2. And as usual, we use this formula. Slope is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. And plug in this. 2 minus 3 divided by 2 by 2 minus -1. Any questions? See, the second problem, they ask you to find slope. Slope we studied for SciPrep, if you remember. Only make it sketch. Well, it was what number? 17. The next question is 19. 19, right? Add-on, please.
The variables x and y are believed to correlate according to the equation y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are constants. Which of the following scatter plots would provide the strongest evidence in support of the hypothesis that a is less than 0?
Well, we even don't supposed to make a picture of this. I explain you verbally. What is, Evelyn, what is this is trinomial? Ax squared plus bx plus c. What equation of this trinomial? General form. What is it?
Isn't it oh, okay, it's
Don't look at this
It would,
graph. Question not related to graph. General basic. What is trinomial? Ax squared plus bx plus c. What graph is it?
it's,
Parabola, right? Parabola.
Yeah.
Now let's say y equals mx plus b without even making picture. This is a straight line. Trinomial ax squared plus bx plus c. This is parabola. X cubed plus bx squared plus cx to the first plus d. This is cubic power, etc. Looking an equation like footprint in the snow, you can easily say this must be parabola, 100%, right? No doubt,
yes.
parabola. And what if h is less than 0? Parabola is supposed to go downward. If more than here, it goes upward. So I don't know why they give you this question, but this for sure what? Only C is parabola downward. You soon ask this question. It's a difficult, tricky question. What do you think?
Why would it not be A?
A. Is it parabola? It's parabola invalid, right? Have you seen parabola like this?
Oh, is it a quadratic? What is it then?
This is not parabola at all. This actually, I'll tell you what is it. This is exponential equation for how it look like, but it is not parabola. This is parabola. This is parabola. And what is A? I have never seen such a parabola, right?
Yeah.
I don't confuse you, but you remember we started these graphs? Look at this. What is it? Y equals to a to power x. And this a is greater than 1. And this a is less than 1. If I put here, shift it, I will get this guy. Can you see this? This goes over there, translation, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So be careful soon. When I teach you calculus, in calculus, this basic, you can't make mistake. You have to know like footprint, who is who. Okay, what about D, Adeline? D. Can you see this resemble this part? Only shifted, right? So this graph, nothing to do with parabola. Parabola is parabola. So I'm not criticizing, I just want to help you to remember this forever. 420. Okay, Artyom, you keep silence, right? Artyom, 420, please. I want to participate. Student from Europe, I don't ask you much because just a second. Nothing personal. You study English in mind. So, but listen carefully. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Okay, 420. On a number line, the coordinates of points P and R are P and R, respectively, and P is less than R if the point with coordinate X is closer to P than to R, then which of the following statements must be true?
Thank you. So, again, students, one picture or 1,000 words. Make sketch. Okay, it helps you a lot. And write what is given. 420. P and R and P points and P less than what? R. So make a number line. And let's say this is P. And this is R. P is less, it means it must be to the left part. And X is said closer to P. And let's say this is X. Okay. And they give multiple choice, which is correct. Well, again, this chapter 13, what I give you, and you do not send me results. Why I give this chapter 13? Let me open this and show where x1 plus x2 divided by 2. I show this is minimum minimorum, you have to know for 100%. X1 plus x2 divided by 2 is midpoint. Everybody knows this stuff from Mark Twain prep, but anyway, just a second, I will pause it. You see, it was your homework a couple days ago. And this cardinal geometry. And this is page 208. And you have item B, I don't know, you see this in note. Midpoint of a line segment. You see this? B? So students, you're not working at home. Because you know this stuff. Xm equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2. This formula for chapter 13, and we studied in first grade. Now, how to find midpoint? This xm. Based on this formula, xm equals p plus r divided by 2. But x is less because it's the left part. So you can write x is less than p plus r divided by 2. That's it. When you study physics, you know how in physics we find, when you study fractions, we make experiment. Want to see this experiment? How I can find midpoint without looking on this one, on these tick marks. Look at it, you can make this at home. You study equation, when you study fractions, when I usually show my students, and put your two fingers and move toward each other. And based on fractions, in order to have stability, system automatically give you this is midpoint. Always. Because if it's unstable, this pressure is here more. And in this case, the force of friction would be more in this case. But in math, we're doing like this. By the way, we have the greatest, I believe, in the world course of physics. I have been teaching physics for many years in university. I like physics. Next is 420. 421. 421, Artyom. Your question. Artyom? You mute?
421?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, hello?
I hear you. 421. Read it, please.
421, okay. Let function f of x be defined by the equation f of x equals with.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Stephen, answering your question, so right now,
Let function f of x be defined by the equation f of x equals 1 over 2 minus x.
Okay, thank you. Stephen, and everybody. During this lecture, I tell you how we organize this lecture. Everything organized by our great manager, Olga, right? She organized all this connection, everything. We have engineer who is responsible for all this soft. We have many computers, many different devices here. And when she organized, she doing something else for other our corporations. We have 13 corporations, more than them are in pharmaceutical and bioengineering, you know, the stuff. And nobody here, organizer, never mute unless you don't behave nicely, in quotation. So who, or you said, it says, I am muted by organizer. Not organizer, but the system. System see something suspiciously. Maybe you turn on browser. And system itself, because I'm here, I'm not in front of computers. Everybody busy. System is so smart, they see your exclamation point more than certain amount of minutes. And first of all, it make you muted. And second of all, it kick you out from this. It's how it works. Did I answer your question, Steven?
Yes, thank you.
It's not organizer. I'm here. This is my hands. No magics. System smart. Okay, let's do this. 421. What we have? F of x is defined like f of x equals to 1 over 2 minus x. M is positive. M is greater than 0, integer. What else? They ask you to find f for 1 over m. F for 1 over m. Exactly like we did. Why not? And plug in everything. It means it's equal to this glasses. It's 1 over 2 minus 1 over m. Now let me make this 2 a little bit smaller and use LCD. 2 is the same like 2 over 1. This is m and this is 1. Equals 1 over 2m minus 1 over m. Keep, change, flip. TCF. I do it mentally. Put upside down and multiply by 1. Okay. And what they ask you to find? Upside down and multiply by 1. It will be m over 2m minus 1. 421. Okay. 22. 22. Edelman, please.
The value of y varies with x according to the equation y is equal to a in parentheses x minus 2 in parentheses x plus 1, where a is less than 0. As the values of x increase from 0 to 5, which of the following best describes the behavior of y?
Thank you. So first of all, write what is given. 422. Y equals to a times x minus 2 times x plus 1, where a is less than 0. For sure, this is parabola because x times x, x to the second power, this is parabola. A is less than 0, it must be what goes upside down, downward. And you can make a sketch, by the way. Make a sketch. So x1 equals to -1, and x2 equals to 2. Okay, and let me make some color. Okay, and A, they don't provide, I make some picture. We have two branches, this is symmetrical. Okay. And you can easily find vertex. How to find vertex? XM again, this formula. X1 plus X2 divided by 2. Or negative 1 plus 2 over 2, which is 1 over 2, right? This is my vertex. This is 1 over 2. Okay. Good. Now, we made a sketch. Pretend this is symmetrical. And the value of x increases from 0 to 5. 0 to 5. I take different color. This one. This is 1 over 2. This is negative 1. Here somehow we have 0. And here, I expand this line. Somewhere we have 5. And this is from 0 to 5, and this interval. So our x increasing on this interval. So let's analyze behavior of my function. So the left border is 0, and right border is 5. When I go from 0 to 1 over 2, function increasing. Pretend you skin, you go up here. Increasing, you see this, increasing. Start from this point, when you go this way, function what? Decreasing. Now look on your multiple choice. We study a lot of these different relationships in calculus. What you wrote here? Okay, no problem. Try to make better interval. Well, now multiple choice. It's increase and then decrease. Straightforward. Can you answer this question without building graph? No. Okay, it was for what? 22. 26. 426. Okay, 426. Adeline. Only not fast, not fast. Okay.
Every athlete in a group of 60 female varsity athletes at Greenwich High School either runs track, plays soccer, or does both. If 1/3 of the athletes in this group who play on the soccer team also run on the track team, and 1/2 of the athletes in this group who run on the track team also play on the soccer team, which of the following statements must be true?
Okay. What topic is it? What do you think? Who can help us? What topic is it? Nobody? Theodore? This is Venn diagram, students. What we did for Mark Twain prep, only a little bit different. Venn diagram. Why? Because we have both. So let how we solve Venn diagram. We just put here. Make universal set. Step number 1. Remember fifth grade? After that, we have 2 sets. And sometimes we have more than 2, 3, 5 sets in some tests. For GE, I remember we had seven sets. Now, what we know? They said some people play soccer. Since we have fractions here, better to use this way. Let's say, let me make some legend. X number of people who play only soccer. Of people play only soccer. I put here only pure soccer. What else is given? Let's say y is number play both. I put this one. And both you always put here what? In intersection area. What else do we have? Z, let's say. Number of people play only in a pure it's not actually play, they said round track. And this is Z. Any question up to this point? We never use this approach for Venn diagram because in 4th, 5th grade we use numbers and they don't have numbers, so better to use this way. And what we know? They said, first of all, if you use X plus Y plus Z equals to 60 people. Okay. If you set, now they said 1/3, okay, of people who, close it just a second, 426, 1/3, if I remember correctly, 426, and 1/3 of athletes in the group who play on the soccer team also run the track team. Okay. So 1/3 of X plus Y equals to Y. In addition, they said 1/2, I will use the space. They said 1/2 of Y plus Z also equals to Y. Let me get rid of these denominators of these fractions. I get X plus Y equals to 3Y. And if I multiply everything by 2, I'll get Y plus Z equals to 2y. Keep in mind, we have three equations. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Can you define this? Yes, because we have three equations, three unknown. Let me add them up. If I add them up, I have what? Y, no, let's x plus y plus z and plus y. I just arranged for convenience. Equals to 5y. Now, look at this. This guy equals to 60. And this I can subtract from both sides. And I don't know if you see this, 60 equals to 4y. I write here. 60 equals to 4y. If we divide by 4, we get y equals to 15. So y equals to 15. Now, since we have y equals to 15, you can easily find from equation 2, you can find x. How? X plus y equals to 3y. I will write this. X plus y equals to 3y. Minus y minus y. X equals to 2y. But since y equals to 15, I grab again of this, x would be 2 times 15, which is 30. This is 30. Let me take the third one. This equal. Okay, y plus z equals to what? 2y. Minus y minus y, you get z equals to y. But since y equals to 15, this is 15. This is 15. Now, if you look at multiple choice, you see difference between, I already closed it during my explanation. Difference between these two numbers, they said, look at multiple choice options. In multiple choice, they said the number of soccer playing. What is soccer playing? X. This is soccer. In this group, is 15 greater than team number the track team. This is track. If you subtract x minus z equals to 30 minus 15, which is 15. Okay. So far, so good. Next, students, let's move forward because we have many questions left. 428, very fast. What we have for 28? Okay, 428. Basic of trig. Evelyn, would you like to read 428, please?
Yeah. If cosine x is equal to a, where pi over 2 is less than x, which is less than pi, and cosine of y is equal to a negative a, which of the following could be the value of y?
Thank you. 428. The best way to solve, make a sketch like we did already. What is given? First of all, cosine of x equals to a. Good. Next, pi over 2 less than x less than pi. And cosine of y equals to negative a. Find y. Make a sketch. kind of like this. I don't like this circle. Try to make it this one. Too big. Okay, not good. Move it. Much better. Okay. And make Cartesian coordinate here. Look at this. This is 0, this is pi over 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi over 2, and this is 2 pi. 2 pi. Rotation counterclockwise. So since between pi and 2 and pi, it's located in the second quadrant. And let's say I'll make a nice picture here. And this is my x. This is x. I make picture of it. And keep in mind, what is cosine of x equals to y? You know, cosine is projection to x-axis. And this is a. A. Easy. Because this is radius unit circle. We multiply unit circle by cosine of this angle, we get this way. And cosine of y equals to negative a. What are you doing? You're taking this one and put over there. Or let me expand, it will be the same result. If I expand this one, and I make perpendicular this one, and this is negative a. And this is x. Since measurement of angle in trig always counterclockwise, I take different color. And try to find for which angle cosine equals to negative a. I start from 0. This angle. What is different between this blue angle and this black angle? You know, this is straight line is 180 degrees of pi. So this angle would be this one. X plus pi. And for x plus pi, cosine of this angle would be what? Negative a. So pass a good students. Have any question, ask me. It was, if you don't have question, move to next one. 428. So make a sketch. The next is, what was the question? Okay. Core. Let me find the next question. 433. 433. Steven, please.
4 triangles are to be cut and removed from a square piece of sheet metal to create an octagonal sign with 8 equal sides, as shown in the figure above. If the total area of the removed material is 196 square centimeters, what is the perimeter in centimeters of the octagon?
Thank you. What we have got from a square piece of. Okay. Let's make a picture of this. And this for circle. I will do this square. Kind of big square. Kind of like this. Pretend. And we cut on this picture, we cut 4 equals. No, this is this. This is this. This is this. For the same. This. I don't know this. 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 This and this. And I connect them somehow to make them equal. It's not to scale. They don't provide numbers. And I connect these points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 4. And each of these is x, they said. And this is said y. This is y. Let me see what else we have here. Okay. In addition, they said this one is also y. This is y. It's not to scale, so imagine this is y everything. And what they ask you to find? If the total area of removed material is 196, what is the perimeter of centimeter of the octagon? Well, How to find area of removed material? Easy. We have area removed material equals area 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. 4 area of triangles. Of 4, each triangle x times x is right angle. Divide by 2, simplify, and would be 2x squared. This is step number 1. Here's the next step. They said that total area of removed materials equals to this 2x squared. It's written here equals to 196. If we divide by 2, cancel out, it would be what, 98. We found that x to the second equals to 98. But look at this. If I choose any triangle, let's say there's A, B, and C. To find perimeter, I have to find Y, right? But from this triangle, in step number 3, and triangle ABC, which is right, y to the second Pythagorean equals to x to the second plus x to the second, which is 98 plus 98, which is 196. Right? It's in this one. So how to find y? Take square root of both sides, and you can instantly get this value, right? Which is 14. Y equals to 14. Any y is 14. Since they ask you to find area of what? Not area, perimeter. Step number 4. Perimeter of octagon. And we have an octagon like an octopus. We have 8 legs, 8 sides. Each side is 14 units. 80 plus 32, you get what? 112. Any questions? No questions. Okay. It was 433. Next is 434. What is 434? Where's 434? In 434, Edelon, please.
If m and n are integers such that m squared plus n squared is equal to 40, and m is less than 0, which is less than n, what is the value of, in parentheses, m plus n, close parentheses, to the second power?
Thank you. In 434, they said that m squared plus n squared equals to 40. Now, very important. Remember, we started with you the Diophantine equation, because what we have one equation with two unknown, undefined, but we have some restrictions here. M, n, integers, very good. It cannot be not integer. Since the integers, it's supposed to be perfect square. less than 40. Okay. And let's see all perfect square. Let's step number 1. Perfect squares less than 40. What we can have? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and 36. Only this combination we can have. So the integers. Now, how to get 40? We have 2 options. Step number 2. Scenario, the first scenario. Or the first way. When what? We have 2 variables, m and n. Let's say if I look at this, either m to the second equals to 4, n to the second equals to 36. From here you can get that m equals square root of 4 equals to plus minus 2, or n equals to square root of 36 plus minus 6. Or this second scenario. The second, you can do opposite, other way around, right? For instance, m in this case would be, I will skip some steps. The same logic is plus minus 6, and n would be the same plus minus 2. But this system is symmetrical. Let's consider one scenario and make generalization. But they ask you that m, one more condition here. M, let me write it with some here. No, here. M less than 0, less than n. So we can have, based on these restrictions, either m equals to -2, this guy, and n equals to what? Plus 6. And similar logic over there. If like this, you can easily evaluate this expression. M plus n to the second power equals -2 plus 6, which is to the second is 4 to the second, which is 16. Okay. They specify first of all restriction and this inequality. Any questions? It was 434.
How do you know that m is -2 and not -6?
Because -6, if I took here and put a number line, this is -2, and this is -6. But m supposed to be less than n in this case, right?
Well, wouldn't n, if m was -6, wouldn't n be +2?
Okay, -6 does matter what we choose in this case because it's symmetrical.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just give it here. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. The next is 4 30 5. Mhm. 435. This is not extra question. What is given? The overused parentheses stuff was cosine of x multiplied by sine of x equals to 0.2. What the value of cosine of x? They ask you to find cosine of x plus sine of x to the second power. Well, you remember this formula, a plus b to the second plus 2ab plus b squared. It will be what? Cosine square x plus 2 cosine x times sine x plus sine square x. And this equals to 0.2. You remember Pythagorean identities. What is Pythagorean identities? Sine square x plus cosine square x always equals to 1. Oh no, what does identity mean, students? I just remind you. Who can tell me what is identity? Pythagorean identity. It means that you can easily prove this, but it means that it's fair. It works for any x from its domain. Always. So look at this. If you use horseshoe like this, this is 1 equal to this one. And if I put an oval, this one. And we have 1 plus 2 times, what is it? Plus, they ask you to find this one. They ask you to find this one. Plus 2 times 0.2, it will be 1.4. Okay. Probably will review with you again. I see that you have difficulties with basic 3. Okay, any questions? 436. 436. Headline, please.
The table above shows information about the February sales for 5 different cell phone models at a local store. What is the median price to the nearest dollar of the 240 phones sold in February?
Okay. Look at this. I will not make a picture of this table again, but you see number sold. You need to use this data. 436. Number sold. Total. 20 plus blah, blah, blah. And the last one is 40. I count the rightmost column. I get to 40. Okay. So you have to 40 items. Median somewhere in the middle, right? It's about after 120. For sure, right?
Yes.
If I arrange them from smallest to greatest, so median is supposed to find after 120. If we divide 240 by 2, it's median after 120. So look at this. Okay. If I arrange them. Okay. So you have, what is it, $98. How many fonts? 80 fonts. This is number of fonts. Next smallest number is, look on this table, is $110. How many fonts we have for 110? 40. Look at this. This is 120. Okay. Next is $120. And how many of them we have? 20. And you know that median supposed to, the last of this is what, 40? Okay. And this is 20. So median is between. So find 110 plus 120 divided by 2. Don't write it like small kids, all this number. You don't have time to write this 120 number. Just make estimation where it's supposed to be median. And after that, just do this. Understand up to this point everything. Practically, I explain you all most request questions. If you still have question, ask me, I explain.
Can you do 37?
Sure, just read this 37.
Want me to read 37?
Yes, read introduction, this cluster problem, read introduction.
Okay. Performance Banner Company creates promotional banners that include company logos. The Zippy's banner that the Zippy's running shoe company would like a 4-foot high and 20-foot long banner that includes its logo, which has a height to length ratio of 5:8. Question 37. If the logo were scaled so that its height matched the height of the banner and then were placed in the center of the banner, then what would be the width in feet of each margin on either side of the logo?
Thank you. Sketch a picture of this, right? 437. 437. So they said this is 4 feet by 20 feet. Let's make like this banner. This 4 feet, and this is 20 feet. And in the center, they have to put a logo. So let me make this logo in the center. I don't know dimension this, but I know this is, if this is 5x, this is 8x. Why? Because they said this is logo. Okay. if the logam were scaled so that its height matches the height of the banner. So it means this height you have to expand maximum, and this would be 5x. The limit is 5x, this one. As well as here, 5x. Again, you expand in such a way that occupy all this height. So far so good. And respectively, this would be what? 8x. If you stretch it this way. You stretch it proportionally. And you see that 5x actually is 4 feet in this banner. And you can easily find length, this 8x. 8x is, let's say, z. Cross 5xz equals 8x times 4. Divide by 5x. 5x. Cancel, cancel. This one, right? If I divide by 5x. And I got z. Cancel x's. It would be 32 over 5. Or 64 over 10. Or 6.4. What is it? This is z. So this one becomes 6.4. But there is no answer. They ask you to find margins. What is margin? So imagine this is 6.4. And this is 20. How to find these two pieces? Why? I'll use some variable. 2y plus 6.4 equals to 20. Minus 6.4 minus 6.4. 2y cancel out. If you subtract, you will get, what is it? 13.6. And divide by 2 both parts. Cancel out, you will get what? 6.8. So far, so good. Well, students, I promise to remember any test have some discrepancy, mistakes, etc. And last time I went through and found why it's some ambiguity in this question. I promise to explain today. Let me put this aside and find this test. What test it was? Probably this one. Can you open your test from previous lecture, number 420? 420. From previous lecture, let me find it out. Yes. Who is ready to read this? 420 for previous lecture. Let's say Theodore, please. You're raising hand.
420. A bank offers.
Yes.
A bank offers 2 different retirement savings plans to its customers. For the first offer, the bank will match every dollar deposited up to $450, at which point all funds in the account will collect 3% interest annually. The second offer has no price matching, but instead pays an interest rate of 7%. At what principal value are the two accounts an identical investment after 1 year?
Thank you. Let's analyze this problem. Sometimes problem is written not the best way. And what we have here, You know, investment, we name it principal. I can use P or X, whatever. And I show a little bit in depth this problem. So the first 420 is the first way. Let's say step number 1. P is principal investment greater than $450. According to this business rule. Okay. And they said the interest 3%. I make it shorter because I need room for the second explanation. 3% is 0.03 of your principal plus $450, right? They said it's supposed to be equals to 0.07 of principal according to this rule. So if you multiply everything, I did it, I get 0.03p plus distributed 13.5 equals to 0.07p. And if I subtract 0.03p, I will get cancel out, bring down 13.5, and this will be what? 0.04p. If I divide by 0.04 both parts, I get 33,755, which has no sense because principal is supposed to be greater than 450. So people who created this problem, probably in this way, you will not solve this problem. I consider a different way, the second way. Why? Because this is business rule, and you get number which is less than according to this requirement of this bank. Let's do the second way. I use this space for comparison. The second way. Okay. Let's say again, I use from scratch. P principal investment and how to say net investment would be P plus 450 because P is you invested in bank for this, you make them extra $450 net investment. I will name it net investment. Okay. Now, if you're talking not about interest, account balance, in account balance, step number 3, it would be 100 plus 3, it's 103%, which is 1.03. So I can write easily account balance after 1 year. Well, you take this net interest, net investment, and you multiply by P plus 450 times 1.03. Okay. Okay. And bank 2, after 1 year. Since it was 7%, and you write like we did here, 100 plus 7 is 107 or 1.07. I'm talking about balance after 1 year. And 1.07, you multiply by principal. Now, you can easily make equal this and this because of this business rule. This must be equal to this. Okay. And you put here, let me save time, students. I use this derivative and multiply each term by this one. So far, so good. So it would be 1.03p. Step number 5, 1.03p. Plus, if I multiply this, I got 463.50. Okay. And this equals to this one, 1.07p. If I subtract 1.3p minus 1.3p, cancel, I get 463.50 equals to 0.04p and divide by 0.04. After division, you get 11,587.50. It makes sense. And check is validation. This what we get, P, according to the business rule, is greater than 450. So ambiguity, sometimes many tests written in a professional way. I remember some question they asking to find angles in triangle inscribed and circle. And many students find not angle, size of this triangle. And students who study geometry, they easily find this, but it's impossible because size, dimension of this triangle, which inscribed in circle, much bigger than circle. It's impossible. Even today's problem, when we solve this parabola and some slope, in previous version was wrong. I give example. Remember, let me make a picture. We have Cartesian coordinates, and we have a parabola, and they gave a vertex. We found, I believe, 2, 2. And they ask you point of parabola, which -1, I believe 3. In this version, they changed. In some tests, I show this. Many students solve this problem, but this problem, if they use this statement, this point of parabola is garbage, because it's never, if it point itself, yes, you can do this. But this point never belongs to this parabola. So be careful, read between lines like here. They change terminology and system has no solutions. But they meant this one. In this case, it perfectly works. So far, so good, students. You understand this problem? It's not complicated. Only questions, sometimes they made it and their solutions wrong. So today we went through all these questions. And my request for next time, students, you're nice kids. I remember many of you from 4th, 5th grade. You improve a lot, but not enough. And I remember at the beginning in our classes, I told you you're supposed to send everything. What I give you, picture, not just test. Everything. Understand? Everything is everything. Everything. Matthew, you understand everything? Artyom? Artyom? Okay, let's work harder. I want to help you to get perfect score. Let's put it this way. But you're far away from this right now. Okay, definitely have to redo everything. And I will give you homework right now. Okay. Yes. So today 18th. When your school starts? What day? You know this? What date you have school start? I don't know. What is it?
I think September 7th.
7th. Okay, let's move. Let's work more persistently. 54, 55. Keep in mind, if you don't follow these steps, I will take calculus. Many nice colleges you will not get without calculus. So improve your knowledge, do everything. When you do SAT, page, what page it was? So remember? This, today's 48, I believe. Where we have, yes, 48. You get another SAT. You get 56, 57 tips. Your weak part is geometry. Students, wherever you do these chapters without my explanation, because we have explanation, try to solve it again. Extremely important. So redo these exercises up to redo from exercise 1 to exercise 7. And that's why I give only one exercise new redo. Exercise number 8. But all this, because come on, students, in 10th grade, you ask how to find middle point, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. You didn't study chapter 13. Okay. It's it. Probably it's it. I don't remember if I told you some student from our internship program asked questions about some sources they make reports. It's you're supposed to pay for these sources. We wrote your response. I just remind you. We don't need in your research, right? We want to help you. Don't take these payment sites. From these sites where you have to pay, don't waste your parents' money. Take some reference for referat, right? You know this abstract for free. And the rest of this information get in other sites where you can get it for free, okay? You have to show your knowledge. We're not asking you to pay anything for this, right? Don't waste time and money. I believe you get. Who got this email with this explanation? Steven, did you get this email? That you're not supposed to pay for this payment?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, good. Just do the best. Be ready to answer questions. It will be interview with my doctors online, and you have to make defense of your project. You have to answer every question we have here and be prepared for your interview in the colleges. So far so good. This is key thing. And make this report according to these requirements we send you. So students, you got everything today. Change your attitude, improve your score. Have a nice day. Be strong, be well. Enjoy math. Bye. Bye, students.
Bye.
Black Square Malevich. Bye.